Hello, friends. I hope you all are able to hear my voice clearly. Good morning, everyone. Just let me know in the comment section that you are able to hear my voice. So, we are good. Oh, that's great. Vikram, can you also want to check your voice? Is it coming properly?
Hello everyone, good morning. Can you all hear me clearly? Can you please confirm that in the comments? Loud and clear. Thank you.
So, we are good to go. We will just wait for 5 more minutes for everyone to join, and hopefully, you will enjoy today's session. Vikram, you can share your screen. So, guys, we will be waiting for 5 more minutes for everyone to join, and then we'll be starting. And we have a lot of games today, so stay there. So, guys, as more people are joining, I just want to say that. So, guys, as more people are joining, I just want to say that. So, guys, as more people are joining, I just want to say that. So, guys, as more people are joining, I just want to say. I think now my voice is repeating.
Yeah,
I think now my voice is repeating. Now is it better? Now is my voice repeating, Vikram?
it was. Now it's okay.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, guys, I just want to say that whoever is playing the contest. So today we will be having two kind of contest. The first one is where you will be playing the contest regarding in between quizzes and then the final quiz, and you will be playing those. And whoever wins in the entire series, five people will be getting the award, and they will be getting a lot of goodies. And the another one is the contest where you have to do an assignment, and there are many people who are doing the assignment but they are not posting, so you have to do the assignment and post as well. So basically we will be showing you at the end, but remember to post as well in Twitter and LinkedIn that you have done the sessions. Only then you can be eligible to win 500 rupees. So Vikram, you can get started.
Okay. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good evening, based on your time zone. Are you all excited today? Smriti, it's not showing my screen yet on the YouTube.
Okay, I'm checking.
Yeah.
Can you guys see Vikram's screen by the way? No, they cannot see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am sharing.
There's a static screen which is coming. Which is this window basically? Okay. You know about this screen? I'm stopping the
That's not
screen.
my screen, Smriti.
Okay. This is the one which is coming. Okay, I'm stopping this.
Yeah,
Guys,
I
you
guess.
can see the screen right now,
Yeah.
right? Just wait for 1 minute. People have lost the connection. Yes, we are good to go. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Smriti. Hello, guys. Sorry for the delay there. Welcome to free live sessions, Salesforce training for beginners. Today is the session 5, Salesforce automation with workflow and process builder. Uh, so before we get into the topic, if you're new here or if you haven't subscribed yet, uh, hit that subscribe button to get more updates on the upcoming sessions and trainings. So these are all the upcoming series. Today we are gonna know more about workflow and process builder, and there are many more exciting topics scheduled. So make sure you follow the blog, the schedule that is posted on the blog. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the topics for today. Today, we'll know more about introduction to automation in Salesforce. Then we'll get to know about workflow. Then we'll build a workflow. Then we discuss about pros and cons of workflow. Then we get to know more about process builder, and then we build a process builder. We speak about contest alert, and then we have the question and answer series. And there are a couple of more topics that we will get to know in between. Okay, introduction to automation. First of all, let's get to know what is automation. Automation is the technique by which a process or procedure is performed without or with minimal human assistance. Let me tell you an example here, guys. Years ago, when somebody wants to withdraw some money, they had to go to a bank, fill out a form, wait in a line, God knows how long it takes, then talk to a cashier and then withdraw the money. And it has to be a bank working hours, and it shouldn't be a holiday or a weekend. I'm guessing somebody who has to go through the process might have felt something like this. But nowadays, we don't have to worry about this process at all. We can withdraw the money whenever we want using an ATM machine. This is an example of automation which adds true value. Let's discuss about benefits of automation. Quality. Automation ensures that every action is performed identically, resulting in high quality, reliable results. Consistency. By simplifying or eliminating the need of manually interacting with the process, we can reduce human errors, and the results are consistent. Time saving. Automation reduces the number of tasks that are to be performed manually. This frees up your time to work on your items that, and you can work on the items that you can genuinely add value to the business, allowing you to be more innovative. Reduce cost. So manual tasks, given that they are performed one at a time and at a much slower pace than the automated task, it will cost more. Automation allows you to accomplish more by utilizing fewer resources. User experience. Let me give you an example here, guys. Consider shopping on Amazon. Right from the moment you place an order, you will receive a notification saying that your order is confirmed. And then that moment, you'll receive regular updates when your package is going to be shipped, when it is in transit, when you can expect it to be delivered. That is an example of this. These are all automated processes. This is a best example of a user experience here. Need I tell you more about benefits of automation? Let's get into Salesforce. What is automation in Salesforce? Salesforce offers various tools to automate your business processes. Most of these automation tools doesn't need to any code at all. These can these can be set and configured using clicks. So few tools that we get to know is workflow, process builder, and flow. Guys, we doing an entire session for flows. Make sure you check the schedule and you attend that session. So today we'll know more about workflow and process builder. Using these tools, we can send emails, create to-do items. These are called tasks in Salesforce. We can update records, create new records, and many more. Let's get to know more about workflow. What is a workflow? Workflow lets you automate manual procedures and processes to save time across your org. So let's get to know more about components of a workflow. Workflow has workflow criteria and workflow action. There are two major components that are part of workflow, which are workflow criteria and workflow actions. Workflow criteria is further divided into two further subcomponents, which is evaluation criteria and rule criteria. So criteria is that causes the workflow to run. So evaluation criteria decides when to run the workflow, and rule criteria is your business logic. And the actions is further divided into immediate actions and time dependent actions. And this is how a typical workflow looks like. So evaluation criteria decides when to run, when the record gets created or edited. And then criteria decides once the criteria rule executes to be true, it moves into actions, immediate actions or time dependent actions. If it proves to be false, record gets created without any executing any action. So what are all the automated actions that we can do in workflow are tasks. So we can assign a new task to a user, a role, or a record owner. And then comes email alerts. We can send an email to one or more recipients that you can specify in workflow. Field updates. We can update a value of a field on that record. And outbound messages. So outbound messages are secure configurable API messages to a designated listener. So this is more of, for example, you might have seen the payment gateways. So from one system, it moves into a secure location and then comes back. So this happens with outbound message. So this is how a workflow screen looks like. And this is evaluation criteria, and this is rule criteria. We'll get to know more about in the upcoming demo. So in the today's demo, I want to work on a new opportunity. When new opportunity is created and the amount of that opportunity is $10,000 or more, I want to send an email. I want to create a task. I also want to update a record. So to go through the use case again, a use case is going to be a high value deal notification and follow up task. And we are going to create that on the object opportunity. And the actions are sending an email, which is email alert, create a follow up item, which is creating a task, and updating. There is a field called priority on the opportunity object, and that is a field update. So let's get into a demo. So for the demo, we need to log into our development arc. We go into setup. So workflow can be found here under platform tools, process automation, and here workflow rules. But I prefer searching here in the quick lookup, quick find. Click on the workflow rules. Here it gives a brief introduction about what workflow is, what it consists of, what it can do. So always a good read. So on this screen, click on new rule. We need to select the object that we are going to create the workflow rule. So we are creating this on the opportunity object. So select opportunity from the drop down. Click next. The first section is rule name and the description. So we're going to be new let's keep it that way. It's always recommended to add description so that it helps you in understanding what's the purpose that workflow is created. Here comes the evaluation criteria. Yeah. So evaluation criteria, as we discussed, decides when to run the workflow. So there are three categories of it, which is created, evaluate the rule when a record is created. When you select this option, this workflow will run every time when a record is created in the opportunity object. So here comes the second option, created, and every time it's edited. So whenever a new record is created and whenever there is an existing record gets edited, Salesforce runs this workflow. But when you select this option, you cannot add time dependent workflow actions. Here comes the third one, which is created, and anytime it's edited to subsequently meet the criteria. So this, when we select this, it evaluates the rule criteria again. Once it meets the criteria, then it executes it. That's about the evaluation criteria. Then comes the rule criteria. As we discussed, rule criteria is more of a business logic when to evaluate this workflow. What is the rule? So here we have two options: when it is criteria are met or formula evaluates to be true. If it's related to a formula, we can add the formula. Here in this case, we'll go with criteria are met. So in our use case, we are doing this. We want this workflow to execute when opportunity value is $10,000 or more. For that, we need to select the field, and the field is opportunity amount, and the operator is $10,000 or more, so it's going to be greater or equal, and the value is $10,000. So click save and next. Okay, the rule is set. So now we need to add actions. So as we discussed, immediate workflow actions and time dependent workflow actions. So let's add immediate actions. So I want to, first one, new task. I want to create a task and assign it to. So you can assign it to a user, a role, or record owner. Here in this case, I want to assign this a user. As you all know, this is a development org, only 2 users, we can have 2 users. I want to assign this to John Doe, and the subject's going to be new deal. Follow. So it will generate a unique name. And when is the due date? When you want to create this task? Rule trigger date. You can add how many number of days. It depends on when you want the task to be created. You want it immediate, or you want it the next day, or whenever it is. So I want this to be opportunity created date plus 0. I want it to be immediate. And then you can set the status. I want to set it in progress and the priority to be high, and the comments. It's a save. Okay. I also want to send an email alert. Select new email alert. Add description. Email template. Email template is you can have an email template designed so that it will have contain all the details, all the content. We'll know more about it once we are done with the workflow. So here I've created an email alert, email template. So I'm going to select this. And here, recipient, you can choose user, account owner, you can select groups, however it works for you. So here I'm going to select a user, which is me. Select from the available list of users and move it to the select recipients. Here you can add 5 more email addresses to be notified. So if there are any people that specifically wants to get notified about this particular workflow when a user case turns out to be true, you can add this email addresses here. Here I'll say save. Okay, I want to update a record as well. So I'll say field update. I want to update the priority. So I'll say update. With some description. Select the field to be updated. The field is a custom field, which is priority. And then set to a select specific value. So I want this priority field to be high. So save. Okay, my workflow is ready. So we need to click on done. Make sure you click on the activate, otherwise this will not trigger. Okay, my workflow rule is activated. So let's quickly check this. I'll just make sure I'll refresh the org. Opportunities, create new. So amount, let's enter 10,000 to meet the criteria, and the close date to be end of this month. And the opportunity name to be new deal. And we have to tie this opportunity to one of the accounts. So let me tie this to Burlington Textiles Corporation of America. Select the stage. So this priority field, I'm not selecting any, I'm not making any change. Let's click save. Do you guys see we have a new task created on the object? And when we go into the details, the priority value is set to high. And let me check my mailbox. I did receive an email. It says a new deal is created from Burlington Textiles, which is the account, and the value of it is 10,000. Check the details from the link below. So you can click the link to follow the record, to get into the record. So from this point, once the workflow is activated, whenever a new opportunity is created with a value amount of $10,000 or more, you get notifications. So this way you can automate your business processes. Okay, let's go back to workflow rules. Let me add a time dependent workflow. So to add or make changes to this workflow, we need to deactivate this first. Click edit and then click on add time trigger. So when the time needs to get triggered. So 10 days before. So it supports days and hours, before and after, and the fields are rule trigger, opportunity close date, all the date fields on that particular object. So I'm going to say opportunity close date 10 days before the opportunity close date. So I want the below actions or the below action to trigger 10 days before the opportunity close date. So I want to add action. I want to create a task, assigned it to John because he is the owner, and subject is follow up and close the opportunity. And due date, I say rule trigger date plus 0 days. So here you can select any of the fields and add values to it. So the rule will run accordingly. So I'll say, please follow up and close the opportunity. And I want to set this priority to high, and I'll say in progress. Okay, a time dependent action is ready. So let's say done and activate this. So let's come back. We said 10 days before the close date. So I'll just move this to 23rd. Okay, so we don't see before 10 days, right? So what we can do is we can come here, time-based workflow under monitoring. We can search for that. So when you click on that and just say search, This is where you get to see, but some reason it's not. This is funny. Let me quickly check the workflow rule that I created. Okay. Let me just change the value. Weird. Let me check this back. So once the rule gets to be true, this is where you can check. That's called time-based workflow. Here is the place where it gets queued, all the action items, all the future to be tasks. So what Salesforce does is Salesforce checks the rule again, and then the if the value is still true, that's when it fires the action. Okay, that's about the workflow. So let's get to know more about how many workflows we can have per org and what more details about it. So there are 2000, there we can have 2000 rules across the org, across all objects, and per object we can only have 500 rules, out of which only 50 can be active. And we can have workflow actions per workflow rule, so we can only have 40, which is divided equally among email alerts, tasks, field updates, and outbound messages. And even for email alerts per day, we can have 1000 for standard Salesforce license, 15 in developer edition, and 200,000. It's 2 million per org. This is the limits with workflow. Let's know more about the benefits and the pros and cons of workflow. The pros of it, you have seen how easy to use, and we don't need a line of code at all. And the cons, we have a list here. We only have limited actions. You have seen only we can do 4 things. And its workflow can be limited to one that particular object and its parent object, not more than that. So, and Salesforce is no longer enhancing workflow, so it is what it is now. And Salesforce does not support or guarantee the order of execution of workflow rules, which is if we have more than one workflow rule on one object or a list of evaluation criteria, we cannot figure out which one executes first. So quiz time, guys. You have a chance to win goodies. So watch the Salesforce training for beginner series. Post your answer on the video comment section during question and answer hours. 5 winners. Just guys, make sure 5 winners from the entire series, giving maximum right answers, will win exciting goodies. So make sure you attend all the trainings, all the sessions, and answer more. So question time. What are all the workflow actions? And your time starts now. So list down in the comment section, what are all the workflow actions? Come on, guys. Yep. Time up. Okay, that's exciting. So many people answered. Very good. So let's move on to the next topic. As I said, we'll see about email templates. Let's get to know more about email templates. So email templates, as I said, it allows you to send emails from Salesforce with predefined content. So you don't have to, each and every time you trigger an email from Salesforce, you don't have to type it out everything. You can have email templates with predefined content, and then you can trigger it based on that particular scenario. And it can be customizable with logo, colors, and branding. So if you're using for your company purpose, so you can customize it according to the branding of that particular company. So different types of email templates are text, HTML, using classic letterhead, custom without classic letterhead, and visual force. So letterhead. So you guys know letterhead is something comes with a branding, like a company logo, a company name of the company, a company branding to say. So we can have a email template plain text. We can have it somebody good at HTML. We can code it using HTML. We can have a company specified letterhead email template with that, and we can design an email template with visual force. Today we'll look at HTML, a text, simple HTML, just to give you guys an idea about what an email template is. And more importantly, this access to templates is controlled by folders. So if you want to access email templates in specific folder, you need to have access to that particular folder, and that's how it is controlled. Let's know more about email templates. Let's create one. So for that, from setup, you need to find email templates. You'll see classic email templates and lightning email templates. We'll see classic email templates first, and then we'll come back to lightning email templates. Click on classic email templates. And this is how, these are all the list of email templates that we have. And we'll say new template. And right now we have unfiled public classic email templates, where it is a public folder. My personal email templates, which is my private folder that I get to create. So to create an email template, just click on new template. As we discussed, we have text, which is a plain text, HTML using classic letterhead, custom without using a classic letterhead, and visual force. Let's create a text email template. Click on next. So email templates, we can have fields in that. So it comes with a predefined text, and we can have a field. So based on that particular record from where we are sending that email, it will update by itself. So we can find what is the field that you want to include. So here are the list of all possible fields that you can include in here. So let's say, as we are doing on opportunity, let's let's find opportunity fields. And here comes the list of all the fields on opportunity. So we can have opportunity name. Here is the formula that we can include. So make sure you copy it. Okay, we'll see the this part first. So the folder where you want to save your email template, let's say unfiled public classic email templates. This is important, guys. If you don't check this, even if you create email template, it's not available for use. So make sure you click this available for use. Email template name. So let's say new text email template, and the unique name pops up. Description. What is the description of this email template? So this is a test email template. And the subject. So subject defines what, when the email triggers, this is the subject line the receivers see. So I'll say new opportunity. I'll say hyphen, and I'll add the formula that I just copied, the merge field, that's what we call. So when I receive this, when somebody receives this email, they'll see new opportunity and the name of the opportunity. And here we can have a predefined text. Let's say this is a new, and let's say amount, select amount and copy the field. So the value of it will come into the email once it fires. So that's it. Click save. That's it. As simple as that. You can see it. You can test and verify the merge fields as well. So let's verify one. So say user. I'll select myself here, and the record is opportunity. The only opportunity that we have. And I'll say send email preview. So I'll say okay. I go and check my inbox. I have one. This is a new opportunity. So you guys see the name of the opportunity here in the subject, and you can see the amount of it in the email. So that's the text email, guys. Let's create one more with custom without classic letterhead. So say next. So select the folder where you want to save. Make sure you click that available for use. Email template name, new email template. And the description of it, new without letterhead, and the subject of it. I just want to make it exciting. Hey, check this out. Check this new opportunity. I'll say next. So here you can customize the subject, opportunity fields. Select the field whichever you want, which is I'm gonna go opportunity name again. Yeah, here it goes. So copy. Yeah, in the email, when we created the workflow, the email that workflow triggered, we have a link. So I'll just show you guys how we can get that. So on the opportunity, we have a detailed link. So you will have this link on each and every object. So you can copy this and say, check this new opportunity. Click on the link. So I'll say next. So here you get to, in the custom email template, you get to create a HTML based email template, and then you can also create a text based email. So because this is the reason, because when some email clients doesn't support HTML, so this text version will be displayed. So you can type it out, you can create your own content, or you can copy from HTML by just clicking on this button. Copy text from HTML. So click OK. Everything will be displayed, but it will be in a one line. So we'll make the formatting here. So yep, it's ready. Just click on save. This is ready to use. So we can test it by doing the same. User, I'll just select myself. We'll do it on the opportunity, and we have only one opportunity. Send this, click OK. Let me go back and see, I have the email. Hey, check this new opportunity, the name of the opportunity and the detail link. So when I click this, I'll be taken to the opportunity record. So when you don't have to, somebody have to open Salesforce and have to find that record, we can, if we include that detail record there, detail link there in that email. So let's say you are sending that to your manager, your manager can just click on that link and then directly land on that opportunity. Yep. That is about classic email template, guys. Let's look at lightning email templates. So lightning email templates, we get to work on them here on the front end of it. So we need to search for email templates. click on new email template, a name of a template, which is something like new lightning template, a description, template, subject, I'll say lightning email. Here you have enhanced letterhead, which is the same letterhead concept where you can select the a company branding with logo, with custom headers and everything. So here you get to create HTML value. So you can click on the source. If you are good at HTML, you can code that here directly, or we can have hi. So we can include the fields as well, which is a small little icon here, insert match field. So I want to create, let's say on a contact. I'll say first name. I want the first name of a person. So insert. I want to make the person to feel special. So I'll just make it bold. Check this new template. Have my email template. So I don't really like this font, so I'll just select this entire thing. I have the facility to choose whatever it is. So let's go with Arial, which looks nice, and save. So we created the template. To use this template, we need to go on, let's say, contacts. Let's see, all contacts. Somebody, Josh Bond. Sounds like James Bond. Let's see. So here on this screen, click on this email. So the template is all popped up ready. So all you need to do is click on this tiny icon with a plus symbol. So click on this, select this new lightning template. You say insert. So the content is all ready. So if you guys are, let's say, working on something, let's say working on a case, working on an opportunity, a lead, or any object where you guys need to use, you guys need to send a lot of emails, these comes real handy. So you can have all fields mapped already, and you just have to put in very little information. You can just click that button. So yeah, there is a new email. When you click on this, you'll see John, the name already popped up, and all the message. Okay, so I just want to introduce you guys to this success community where you can post your questions, answers, and where you can also post some ideas. So something about a lightning email templates. There is this idea that has been shared, and Gyan, one of the trainers, commented on this. So make sure you check this out. So right now we don't have, since the lightning email templates is new, we don't have support that in email automations, in email alerts we cannot use lightning template. Email alert example being, we have used one in our workflow. For that we can only use classic email templates, we cannot use lightning email templates. So Salesforce is working on it. Hopefully sooner or later they'll Salesforce makes it available. Okay, going back, one more question, guys. So yeah, make sure you answer it already. So the question, here comes the question: lightning email templates can be used in email alerts. So say yes or no, true or false, and your time starts now. Time up, guys. Oh, a lot of you answered. Very good. Let's move on to the next topic, process builder. So a process builder is a newer tool which is even more powerful. A process builder can combine multiple workflows into single process and can have a chain of criteria. This is more of if then way of evaluating the logic. It can associate multiple actions under one criteria. So we can do with process builder, we can create a record, update a record, email alert, post to chatter. This is an extension to workflow. The more actions that we can do, you can also do from when compared to workflow. You can launch a flow. We can call an approval process. We can invoke another process. So guys, this is the exciting feature about process builder. You can call another process builder from one process builder. Quick actions, call Apex. So Chatter is like a social collaboration platform here on Salesforce where you can create multiple groups, you can follow people, you get more updates and everything. Approval process is something like this. Like in general, you have, let's say you're working in a company and you apply for a leave, you apply it for approval. So your manager, your team lead, your supervisor, whoever responsible will get a notification and will approve that. That's when you get to take a leave. That's an example. Approval process is something like that. If you need an approval on something, you need to automate that. Approval process is the tool for that. And quick actions is, let's say, as we discussed, if you want to send emails from one particular object, you can add that. Your admin can add that action as quick action on that particular object or through your entire org. That's called local or global quick actions, and that will be handy on the mobile as well. Call Apex. So if there is a batch of Apex commands, or if there is a code or program specifically written that suits your business logic in Apex, you can call that particular block of Apex code from your process builder. So let's get to know more about a process builder and its components. This is how a process builder screen looks like. Look at it, how organized, how clean the user interface is. So it has three major components, which is the first one is trigger. Trigger is trigger identifies when the process should run. And the second one is the called criteria. Criteria determine whether or not to execute the actions. And the third part is actions, which is again immediate actions and the scheduled actions. So for example, like run after 10 days of a close date or anything. So to design a process builder, to build a process builder, we need at least one trigger, one criteria node, and one action. Let's look at let's do the demo of process builder. I'm going to do the same example, same use case that we used in workflow, but we'll build more onto that and see what process builder can do. So to do that, we have to go to setup. So again, process builder is located process platform tools, process automation, and process builder, but I prefer searching for it. So this is the screen, process builder. This is where you click on new. So here comes the name of the process, which is new deal automation. And the automation API name comes in and add a description. So Yeah. Then the process starts when a record changes, a platform event message is received, it's invoked by another process. The third option is we can select this if we are calling another process builder from one process builder. So the platform message event message is more of a developer's choice. So we can call a process builder. We can make the process builder start from Apex code. For our purposes, it's a record changes. And click on save. So it's very simple user interface, guys. So we need to select a trigger here. We are going to do this on opportunity. And we want this when a record is created or edited. Click on save. You need to add criteria. The first criteria is let's update the record. So update priority. When the conditions are met, we can add the formula, or we can just execute it. When criteria is true, just execute the action. So I'm going to say conditions are met. Our conditions are the amount equals, or our condition is greater than or equal currency, and the value is 10,000. So you can have multiple conditions here, and you can select and or condition based on whether you want all the actions to be true, all the conditions to be true, or only few of them are true. You can customize the logic as well. So for now, I have only one condition. That's it. Yes. Okay, I have my trigger. I have my criteria. I want set my actions. So here are the list of actions that we just discussed. So I select update records, action name, priority, and the record types is update. Select the opportunity record that started your process, or you can update a related record as well. So opportunity is related to account, so you can select all the related objects as well. So for our purposes, we want to just update the opportunity. So update records that meet all the criteria. For now, I just want to upgrade this, update this. So which is priority is the field, which is a pick list, and I want to set it to high. Click on save. So one action is created. I also want to create a task, which is the same action that we did, which is same as create a record. And record type is task. So whom do you want to assign this? So let's say a field reference. I want to assign this to owner of this opportunity. So owner ID. And priority, I want to set this to high. Status in progress. I can also add subject to it. Other fields as well. So which is, let's say, subject, a string of it which says new priority deal or high value deal. Click on save. Let's include as many actions as possible. So I want to post to chatter as well. Let's say click on post to chatter. Click on action name. So post to chatter. I just want to use the same thing. So select one. You want to post to user, to this record, or to chatter group. So I want to post this to user. Select user from the record. I want to this to opportunity owner. So I can merge the fields just like how we did in the email template. So I want to take the name of it. So name of the opportunity, follow up. Let's save this. Okay, pretty much we created all the actions that we have worked on in the workflow. Let's test this out. So we need to activate this process and confirm. Okay, this process is active. But before that, let me quickly deactivate the workflow rule that we just created because we don't want both of them to execute on the same thing. So click on deactivate. Yeah, it is deactivated. Great. So let's go back to process builder. Okay, so this is the opportunity we are going to create. So let's click on new opportunity. Let's say 11,000 and opportunity name is new process opportunity, and the close date is going to be like end of this month. And we need to tie this to, let's tie this to another account. We have a lot of accounts. Let's try this one. Doesn't matter which one it is. So let's select a stage. And yeah, we are setting the priority, so I'm not touching this. So let's click on save. Okay, let's look under details. A value of priority is created, and let's check email. Interesting. Click on chatter. So this, we have posted this to chatter. New process opportunity is created for you to follow up. And a task. Let's see. Click on tasks. Yep. We have a task created. A new high value deal set is priority set to high and the status is in progress. Okay, let's add more actions to it. What can we do? We can call an automation process, which is approval process. So, but before that, we need to create an approval process. So let's create an approval process. We'll get to know more about approval process in that process. So you can search for approval process. So approval process need to create, we need to select the object where we want to create the approval process. So for my use case here, if the opportunity value is more than 15,000, I want this opportunity to be eligible for discount. So a rep who is creating can submit this for a discount request. So let's create the approval process. Click on just jumpstart. This is simple way of creating it. So name of the approval process, let's say discount request. We can select an email template as well. We can create an email template just how we know. So let's select one of the email template. And just like how we worked on the workflow, it's entry criteria, which is amount greater than or equal 15,000. So you can select the approver, you can assign it based on roles and everything. I want, in this case, since it's a developer or only 2 people can use it, I want to assign it to specific user, which is myself. So it's easy to assign. So click on save. Okay, the name already exists. Okay. Click on save. Okay, this is just an information screen. We need to add these actions next. Okay, now we have created a criteria, but what are all the actions that we can do is we need to add approval steps. So show actions. So what happens when approver approves it? What happens when approver rejects it? So for us, it's simple. So we need to add a field update. Discount approved. I want to set, there is a field on my opportunity object, which is discount request. That's a pick list. It has the following values, which are submitted, approved, not applicable, and rejected. So I want to set this to submitted. So when somebody creates a record with a value of 15,000 or more, I want this to submit approval request and then change the field to submitted. Click on save. Already exists. So let's put 1 at the end. Click on save. Okay. So what happens when somebody rejects it? So I'll add field update. Rejection. So unique name. So it has to be unique, guys. So I want to set this a discount request to rejected. So reps who fills this can go to that screen and see whether the request is approved or rejected. Click on save. Yep. Now we have our approval process, and the name of approval process is discount approval request. And make sure you activate this. Yep. We have an active approval request. So let's go back to our process builder and include this approval process. Let's call this approval process from process builder. So process builder. And so you cannot, once you activate this, you cannot edit this active process. So you need to clone this. You can, if you want to make any changes to this, you can make it. And then, so let's add an action, which is submit for approval. Approval process is called submit for approval here. Action name is request for discount. And the object is opportunity. Specific approval process, because we want to select it, which is discount approval request. That's our process that we created. So here is the important step, guys, that says skip the entry criteria for this process. Remember, we have selected the entry criteria for the approval process is the opportunity value needs to be 15,000 or more. If you select this, that's gonna skip. So it's gonna submit for approval for all the records. So I mean, like whichever record meets this particular criteria node. So make sure you select accordingly, select according to your choice or your business requirement. So I'm going to unselect this. So submitter, you can choose who from whom you want to submit this. So I want to just leave it as current user. Click on save. So my action is added with a timestamp. So you guys can see based on the action, the icons are all unique. So I'll say activate. So I'll just show you guys. Back to setup. Process builder. You guys can see versions, multiple versions of it. but only one version can be active at the same time. So if we want to edit this one, we need to clone this and deactivate the current one, and then activate the latest version. Okay, let's go back to our opportunities. So let's create a new record. Before that, I want to create this on, let's say, new account. Let's see what all accounts we have. It says Edge Communications, Gene Point, Salesforce. Okay, let's create something. Account is Edge Communications. And the amount is, let's meet our criteria, 15,000. And the name of the opportunity is new rural opportunity. The close date could be anything. Stage, let's say this. So this is the discount request field, guys. So where we have all the values, but I'm not selecting anything here. Let's click on save. Okay, so when we go into details, interesting. Okay, let me just quickly check the approval process. Not sure, guys, why things aren't working in my favor today. So let's go back to setup. So discount approval request, actions. Ah, well, one quick second, guys. I think I missed a step here. So initial submission actions, it has to be a field update. I think instead of doing this step here, I think I skipped this. So I have to add it, discount request. Submitted. I guess it should be okay. So discount request. I want this to be submitted and save. I want to edit this submission request. Or I want this to change to approved. Then activate this process. Yeah. So let's edit this. Sure, we change the value and then save. So let's clone this. Let me create the step again. So submit for approval, approval name, request, opportunity, discount, specific approval process. Let's say save, activate, confirm. So let's refresh this. edit it. Should I just change the value? Click on save.
Vikram, you can skip this step because it's already 1 hour.
Yeah. Okay, guys, the steps are same. I think I'm missing something here. Not sure. Yeah, this is the step where how you can add request your approval process from the process builder. So yeah, let's go back. So in this session, we have seen creating a record, updating a record, email alerts, posting to chatter, approval process, quick action as well. So yeah, we've discussed two tools here in this session, so which is process builder and workflow. Here are some comparison, some differences between them, which is when you see ability to see process visually in process builder, you can see it where everything is systematically organized. Whereas workflows, you cannot do that. Update fields on the record, you can do it both on workflows and process builder. Update fields on related records, you can do it in process builder, whereas you can only update records on your parent in workflows. Creating a records, you can create it on process builder, but you can create only tasks in workflows. You can send an email alert in both the tools. Sending an outbound message is possible only in workflows, but not possible in process builder. So here is a win for process workflows. Can insert update ID field. Yes, in process builder, yes, we can do that, but not in workflows. Then we can call next one is the launching a flow is possible only in process builder, but not in workflow rules. Invoke an apex class, we discussed this option. Process builder, yes, we can do it, but not on the workflow. Submit record for approval. Yeah, we can do it in process builder, but not on workflows. Post to chatter, process builder, yes, not in workflows. Submit time-based actions, we can actually do that in both the tools. Control the order of process step, we have seen that like what comes first, what comes next. We can clearly see the process of steps, which is possible in work process builder but not in workflows. Support for bulk record inserts and updates, we can do that with process builder in most situations, in workflow as well. Okay, just like the workflow, we have limits for process builder as well. So it depends on your type of licenses that you have. So the total processes in essentials or professional edition that you own, if you own these, you only get to have 5 processes in your org. But whereas in the other editions that like enterprise, unlimited, performance, or developer edition, you can have 4,000 processes. Huge change. And active processes, you can only have 5 in the edition, essential and the professional edition, but you can have 2,000 active processes. So out of total of 4,000 processes, you can have 2,000 active processes. And the criteria nodes, we can have 2,000 in the professional, the same as in unlimited and performance as well. So groups of scheduled actions. So all the actions as a group, we can have 1,000 groups in essential and professional, but we can also have 1,000 in both all the other environment as well. Let's discuss about some best practices with process builder. Just that we have a tool, we cannot just create all the processes left and right. We need to follow some process builder best practices, which are create reusable actions and processes. In order to save time and effort, we don't have to reinvent the wheel again. So if there is an action that we use regularly or multiple times, make it as a reusable action to save time and efforts. Avoid overlapping. So as there are multiple automation tools available like workflow and process builder, while creating a new process, just make sure it's not called in or it's not referring to other automation tools. Restricting total number of action in processes. we've just discussed the limits of all the processes that we can have based on the license, based on the edition that we own. So make sure you adhere to that limit so that your org runs quite fast and you don't hit that DML limit uh, usage and the CPU usage as well. So single process for one object. So it's advisable to combine all the multiple automation ideas, all the uh, for one object you have one process built for that with multiple criteria defined. So that way you can maintain it very easily. You know where to go when something is not going right. So infinite loops. So just we've disabled a workflow because we've created the same thing both in process builder and in workflow. So make sure you not end up in infinite loops. Use case testing. So your business case might not be the same as someone else. So your business case are unique. So make sure you test it based on each and every case, each and every scenario before even you implement it in the live. So use test environment. This is highly advisable. So you build the process builder with entire scenarios in test environments, be it a developer edition, be it a partial SB, be it a full SB. Make sure you build that, test it rigorously, and then before even you introduce into production. Then follow naming convention. Follow advisable, better naming convention so that you understand it well when you have a look at the process. When let's say after 6 months, when you come back and visit the process, you should not get confused by yourself. Why did I create this? For what purpose I created this? So these are all the few of the best practices to use process builder. When it comes to con, we though it is powerful, we still have few limitations with the process builder, which are you cannot delete a record using a process builder. You cannot send an outbound message, which is discussed in the previous slides, but we can do this with workflow. You cannot clone a record using process builder, and you cannot update unrelated record. So if two objects are not related, you cannot update from object 1 to object 2. If both are not related, you cannot update that records on object 2. So these are all the limitations of process builder. That is about the automation tools for today. So Smriti will give you an update about Salesforce content,
Yeah,
the
so
contest.
Vikram, let's start playing the quiz and let's see who wins.
Okay, we'll move on to quiz. So yeah, it's been listening all the time. So let's play some quiz. Kahoot time, guys. Last time, a lot of people are answering the questions on the Kahoot. Like they have seen the questions and they're answering it here in the comments. Please make sure you open kahoot.it and then answer it there on Kahoot. Here, your responses won't be counted, guys. So if you are ready, I'll just open kahoot.it in your mobile computer, wherever it is. So this is the code, guys. So open kahoot.it and then enter the pin. I've seen Ajay joined. Come on, guys. I see more and more users joining now. Guys, make sure you use your actual name. That way it will be easy for us to track who wins this. 16 players so far. Come on, guys. Come on, we'll wait a couple of more minutes. Guys, come on, make sure you want to participate and win prizes. Make sure you join Kahoot.
Vikram, you can start.
Okay. Are you guys ready? The first question. Okay, 5 users got it correct. Let's see the leaderboard. Guys, make sure you answer this in Kahoot, not on YouTube comments. Rahul is on lead. Then comes Pooja. Then comes Chandrakant, Abhi, and Shraddha. Come on, guys. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, 12 people got it right. Let's see the leaderboard. Shraddha moved into the lead. Next question, guys. Most of you got it right. Let's see the leaderboard. Shraddha still holding the lead. Very good. Let's move on to the next question. Seventeen got right. Let's see the leaderboard. Shraddha still holding the lead. Now we have change in leaderboard. Shaheen, sorry, comes in lead, and then Jansi, Ajay, and Pawan. Oh. Okay, most of you got it right. Let's see. Shraddha and Shaheen still holding the lead, and comes Ajay on third. Come on, guys. Thumbs up. Okay. Let's see. Oh, no change in leaderboard. Very good. Here comes the next question. Okay. Let's see the leaderboard. We have a little change. Sai Babu coming in fourth, and Prashant. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, guys, come on. Here comes the last question. Okay, 11 people got it right. Let's see the leaderboard. Prashant comes in third. Shaheen comes in second, and congratulations, guys. That's amazing. So, hope you guys had fun. And yeah, it's the situation is not so safe out, so stay safe. Uh, Study during lockdown. Happy learning, guys, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I apologize for not executing the examples that I took. I need to debug. I don't want to waste you guys time on the live, so sorry about that. And thank you. Keep trying. Hope you guys win lots of goodies that we are offering. So that's it from my side today.
Thank
Thank
you
you, guys.
guys, and please join next session. It will be on Sunday IST time zone. Thank you.